All right. 56-year-old woman in Michigan injured her shoulder, and she doesn't have health insurance. So she was in so much pain that she decided, okay, the best way to handle this situation is to shoot myself in the shoulder so I can get sent to the emergency room so they can fix my injury. Okay?
Brilliant.
Right.
Brilliant, really.
We have a video news report on this, and it'll give you some more details, and then we'll talk about it.
Closer to home, a Niles woman taking extreme measures to stamp out her extreme pain. Kathy Myers using a gun to get herself into a hospital for pain treatment, but now she finds herself in even more pain and facing the possibility of charges. Here's 24-hour News 8 investigator Ken Kolker.
And I put the pillow up here like this, laid back. I took this pillow like this and put it beside my head. I took the gun and went boom.
Kathy Myers describing the .25 caliber relief she sought for pain in the basement of her home in Niles.
I was just so overwhelmed with the pain that, I just decided that I was going to shoot myself up there and hopefully something would be done about it.
Myers suffering from shoulder pain for a month after her 80-pound golden lab yanked her in her backyard.
I felt it pop in 3 places in my collarbone.
But she says doctors couldn't help her, gave her anti-inflammatories, but not much more than that. Weren't sure what was wrong.
I didn't have insurance, so couldn't get a CAT scan or MRI.
Myers, who says she once worked in hazardous waste disposal, is among 1.2 million people in Michigan without health insurance. However, state health officials tell 24-hour News 8 they've never heard of anybody taking such drastic measures to get help.
Crazy in pain, pain will make you do silly, crazy things. Yes, it will.
Her girlfriend was going to take her back to the doctor on Thursday, but
I knew they wasn't going to do anything again. They said if it was life-threatening, no insurance, you can't get no help.
The bullet went through the front and out the back. Today, after a short time in the hospital, she's back home and waiting to learn whether prosecutors will file criminal charges against her. Her girlfriend wonders if it was worth it. Some people are going to say she's crazy.
Well, I guess they could, but, what would you do if you couldn't get no help and you're in that kind of pain?
Myers also is having second thoughts. So did this, shooting yourself in the arm, did this accomplish what you were hoping it would accomplish?
No, because it didn't take the pain away. I figured it would take the pain away from the rotator cuff. At least I could focus on something else, and maybe they would fix me. I guess I should have shot a little lower and got the bone in the artery,
Ken Kolker, 24-hour News 8.
No, you shouldn't have shot any lower. You shouldn't have gotten the bone in the artery. You could have killed yourself. What are you doing? I mean, look, the story is goofy in some ways because it's such a crazy idea. And it's like, part of it is she's desperate to get the treatment for the shoulder. The other part is she's like, well, I think it'll take my focus away from that pain. No, it'll double your pain.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, what are you going to do? Okay, all right, you know what? My shoulder hurts, so I'm going to punch myself in the face. And no, don't do that. That's stupid.
No, but it brings up such a serious issue.
Exactly.
And it's an issue that we've talked about for years now with the healthcare debate and everything. Look, she hurt herself. She's injured. She's in serious pain. But she doesn't have health insurance, and they are not willing to help her at all if she doesn't have the money to pay for it. So what do? You just allow her to have a broken collarbone or whatever injury she had for the rest of her life and just deal with it because she doesn't have the money to pay for it?
No, America, what are we doing? What are we doing? This is crazy. This isn't how other countries are.
I know.
They take care of people who are in a lot of pain. They don't just say, too bad, man. I hope you get some bootstraps. Figure out how to fix your own rotator cuff or trade in a chicken for it or whatever the Republican suggestion is. No, you can't have her live in pain. Look, she did it, and she gets it was stupid. She did it because she's desperate. We can't allow people to be in this state. Now, I'm hoping that the health care plan that they passed addresses people like her who don't have insurance. We're not going to find out until 2014, okay? So she's going to have to deal with that pain for another 4 years. But even then, I'm worried that whether she's going to be covered or not. The whole system is wrong. That if you don't have enough money for insurance, you just don't get treatment. That's crazy. We've got to find a better way to do this than than to rely on insurance companies and hope that they have our best interests in mind, because I can assure you they don't. This is how desperate America's got.
Even after she shot herself in the shoulder because of the amount of pain she was in, they still didn't fix the rotator cuff.
Yeah, and the doctors are like, yeah, here's a couple stitches. Good luck with that. Here's some anti-inflammatory medicine.
And on top of that, she might face criminal charges. I mean, come on, let's add insult to injury, please.